Chapter 5, Goal-Oriented Treatment Program. We're pleased to decide to make an important decision. Keep reading and learning a light with the getting of the bright at the end of the tunnel. Once you've completed the program, you'll find that you have come a long way, baby. The treatment program you've about to discover to take for the best of all the various programs melds it into one that they will do far more than becoming a permanent non-smoker anything you've tried. As you read, you're probably wondering how long it's going to take. Looking, becoming a non-smoker isn't just putting the smoking down, says that's it. It's something that's not going to happen overnight. It's a long process, requires you to become a non-smoker. How long? That goes on depending on largely on you. Take it one step at a time. You can clearly absorb all of the information, stress, importance of the taking enough time with this method. Remember saying that if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Let's do it right. Goal to become a not permanent non-smoker. Every big step of the reach of the group goal of the objective of the Stephen is non-smoker program. There are three. A. To understand physical behavioral addiction well enough to be able to explain to another person. B. Tailor your program to fit your needs. C. To follow the program design yourself. And each objective of these steps would need to be with a taken successful complete with the objective something like a receipt to get a feel how you feel would start to look. Let's look this step and then involve the first objective. To understand your physical behavioral addiction will be enough to be able to explain to another person. To keep smoking, that may sound like an odd way to become a non-smoker. Important thing is you remain comfortable in what you're doing and be able to concentrate what you're reading. Step 2, read all information about your addictions, have what nicotine's for you and what it does to you. Explain nicotine addiction, significant other co-worker, close friends, and how the addiction affects people in general. That's objective A. This is an audience one understands well. You are telling him or her. Hopefully, you've asked a question, could answer it. If you're not read or reread until you thoroughly understand. To write your own treatment plan, establish partnerships. Write why you want to become a non-smoker. Listen, reason why I stopped smoking. In the past, practice relaxation daily. Practice mental imagery daily. Make an appointment with a physician with a nicotine patch. Place your dietitian. Plan an exercise program with a physician. Make a life list of self-talk statements. Start a state with a group program. You complete a basic outline treating program. Now let's fill with all the hows, whats, and whys. Step 1, establish partnership. The program is successful. The two people working together, 4 partners or more would be better. Remember the old age of the strength of the numbers. Shoot for the people with the same goal of becoming the non-smoker. With the name and address, the telephone numbers of the working sheet page. Carry a copy on a card in your pocket or spouse. Once you've already in the counseling program, talk to the counselor. Ask for the program incorporated with the group format. If you're not a counseling program and you don't have to run out of finding suitable one, because that's becoming a non-smoker. Stephen, the non-smoker program doesn't hinge binging being a part of formal counseling. What it does is hinge on the support. Step 2, write why you want to become a non-smoker. You're referring back to all this with time to time worksheet with a page 38, jotting down the thoughts, but a list of the readily, easily, even if it means with the across with a dozen times a day. But the important thing is to plain sight the reason to list them. Where you want to stop smoking include a health problem or a fear of a health problem, family pressure, feeling like a social outcast. You get the idea. Step 3, listen to reason why you stopped in the past, why you didn't stop at stay a non-smoker. Same worksheet, page 38 on your list. Very honest and specific on the list. Write down how many times you quit and circumstances surrounding those decisions. Putting down on your paper how you quit, whether it was using existing stopping smoking programs, throw away a pack, whatever it caused. Add the situation, people involved, trouble with starting smoking. Again, very important step with identifying past triggers for lighting up again. Be aware of them, plans, ways of avoiding the same triggers of future. Step 4, practice relaxation daily. Appendix A, follow the instruction carefully. No time able to relax. Snap of the finger with using relaxation counter. Urge light up with keeping your cool. Would like kicking the dog. Kick the dog. Yell at a kid. Stomp out of the room to go find you're also being used for the mental imagery. Step 5, Practice imagery daily. To appendix B, the instruction, you will know how to become a totally relaxed. Build a picture in your mind what you would like becoming a non-smoker. You'll see with a picture of the mind refusing offer of cigarette. Mental imagery require practice you'll find and very rewarding. Step 6, make appointment with a physician with nicotine patch. Critical step in the plan with a patch for the to minimize prevent with the urge to smoke. With you're learning to change the behaviors associated with smoking. Great deal of our minds sometimes tend to forget the details that could be important. Therefore, it's suggested to write the instruction worksheet on page 40 of the ready reference. Step 7, plan your diet assistant for the physician with a dietitian. Becoming the physical changes occurring with becoming a non-smoker. Your body will not burn its fuel rapidly as when you're smoking. You would probably gain some weight. Normal weight gain, proper dietary intake, exercise averages between 5 to 7 pounds. With non-dietary controls, weight can become a problem. Incidentally, excessive weight gain, numerous smokers have given for return to smoking. If you're looking for excuses or not truly motivated to become a non-smoker, this one will do. On the other hand, if you are motivated, plan your diet, write it on the diet plan worksheet, page 41. Step 8, plan an exercise program above physician physical therapist to help you with this. Obviously, the exercise will work along with your diet weight control, but there's a lot more than that. Exercise helps your body produce endorphins, produce natural high. Another thing is to consider the exercise easily rather than boring some of the forgotten. So you might consider exercising, swimming, hiking, dancing, other fun activities of other people. Step 9, make a list of self-talk statements. You're down to yourself at times. Everyone does. The way you talk to yourself will define effect on your self-confidence. You're going to need to develop a list of positive self-talk statements to support your newfound non-smoking behavior. Using worksheet, page 43, when you want to reinforce your self-statements of the fact about you don't want a cigarette, you suddenly get to the urge to smoke. You want to do it positive manner. You might say with yourself if you don't want a cigarette, because the breath will smell like smoke. You might want to say to yourself you won't want smoking because you didn't want your clothes to have the stench of the cigarette. Smoking. Another positive statement would be the urge to smoke an addiction. Talking to me, not to me. This urge to smoke is an addiction. Talking not to me. I'm in charge of for myself. Step 10, set a starting date. Group members. Now comes a big decision. When do you want to become a non-smoker? Plan start date enough in advance to give all of the time making your appointments right with your treatment plans. Learn relaxation, mental imagery. Meet regularly to share your progress. You and your buddies have to do this together. The entire group has to agree with the start date of this because you're not all on the same bus to speak. You won't be able to identify with the things that are happening. If you stop a week before your buddies, you'll have a different experience that will be difficult for everyone to relate to. Usually 6 to 8 weeks after you've started your buddies is good. You've completed writing on your program tailored personal needs. It's planned with the understanding file after all, you give the birth to it. As you look to see what you can do, how can you do it, make your most of your program. Remember, all the information details in your 10-step program may seem overwhelming at first. That's why you have the worksheet. Jog your memory and repeat. Just do not do just one step at a time. Objective C, follow the program designed for yourself. Step 1, during your first meeting, group buddies make a decision about when and where, how often you'll meet. Initially, meeting twice a week recommended while you're active learning. Part of this program, sharing thoughts, questions, ideas, and treatment plans extremely important. You won't need to meet this often later in the program. After you decide the best place to meet, and be sure to consider the need of the place where you can smoke. Remember where you're continuing smoking while you're learning planning. Step 2, at the first mentioning, after you setting meeting details, talk to the others and your reasons wanting to become a non-smoker. Everybody has their own reasons. Still, you might find that you have some of the same reasons. Someone else there before you meet the next time. Complete the worksheet, page 38. During the second meeting, you and your buddy review your worksheet together. The preceding new list, reason you stop smoking, pass often, why you start smoking, and talking over the others before the next meeting. Complete the trigger worksheet, page 39. Would be identifying some of the very reasons you're successful with the past efforts to stop smoking, discussing your next meeting. Step 3 meeting will continue with a regular basis. Each meeting have the time, people, the place to share with the problem, progress, experience since the last meeting. You can start with learning relaxation techniques at the time and to teach you with the read Appendix A of the following instruction. At first, you may think that nothing is to happen, but after some of the practice, you'll find that relax quickly and very quickly, completely. Soon you'll learn this. How longer you've learned it, well before you really need it for the business and becoming a non-smoker. Practicing a minimum of once a day and more often than when times is available is unsuggested. Same thing apply with the mental imagery. Once you've learned a relaxation method, they begin using mental imagery. First thing I feel a bit awkward. After you feel practice, while it becomes second nature. Step 5, when you make an appointment with your physician, optional to prefer to do it. Started with the program, we may prefer to wait until the closer starting date. You just remember that you're going to see him not only for your prescription instruction for the nicotine patch, but input, suggestion, reading, exercise, diet, early diet, and program. Might make an appointment with get a physician recommendation longer than have set up with you with an exercise with diet routine before actual withdrawal from nicotine. Be sure to write with nicotine patch instruction page 40, exercise program 42, diet plan 41. Step 6, write list of the self-talk statement. This worksheet on page 43. The task where you input groups that might help, might give you some ideas. Think about the reason you don't want to pick up the cigarettes and write some of the statements, memorizing with a save it yourself to get the urge to smoke. Step 7, set S day. With the big event should happen in 6 to 8 weeks before the group meetings have started. Your work is cut out for you after you're starting the S day, but the first gradually cut back with the number of cigarettes you smoke. For example, the 2-pack of a day smoker reduce the number to 1 pack. If the smoker only 1 pack of cigarettes a day, cut the number in half. Buy only 1 pack of cigarettes at a time. Keep it a lighter or the match of the pack, not with you. Basically, the 2 reasons you should cut back on cigarettes before S day. First, you'll start with a change of the behaviors around smoking. Reason number 2 is become a higher nicotine concentration in your system as prior to halting smoking. Greater the urge of cigarette during early weeks for the not smoking. Next, reduce the number of ashtrays around the house. Office if it's only one. Couple of the days before S day arrives, refer back to the list you made. You stopped smoking in the past and didn't stay stopped. You'll find that a list has been updated. Maybe the unnecessary change, but remember to be completely honest with yourself. Absolutely, last thing to do before S day arrives is to meet your partners in social settings. Snuff out the last cigarette. Consider it in ceremonies of sorts. Go ahead, light up as many times as you want. But when the last butt is put out, all you need to take your packs off the cigarettes, your lighters, and matches, and dump them in the nearest trash can. Chapter 6. S day is here.